It's time for Rick's preview for game number 64, Toronto at Montreal. Hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. We have this preview. It's second meeting of the season between Montreal and Toronto. Really looking forward to this. After the first one, that incident between Arbor Jacki and Ryan Reeves, this is the rematch tonight. So what do I do here? I've got some news. I have all the stats for the game. I have the lineups for the game. And I got this here. It's called the Guess the Score contest. You guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. And you can pick that guy from either team. You have to be the first one in the chat with that guess and be in Canada to win the $10 prize directly into your bank account via Interact. That's the reason why you got to be in Canada. Let's see. What else did I want to say about this? I'll give you mine. I'll give you my score. I'm going to go with Montreal. First of all, first game of this between these two teams. I think it was the first game of the season. 6-5 in a shootout. Toronto won. I think today we get a 5-4 win by Montreal, possibly in overtime. But 5-4 Montreal. I'm going to give Cole Caulfield the first goal. That's my guess. I don't win if I'm correct. I just get to brag. All right, so start with the news. I'll also say, by the way, it's Saturday, and if you might be wondering why there's no Saturday hockey talk, I got something to do today, and it actually happened earlier than I thought, and I couldn't. Yeah. So anyway, I'm doing this. I apologize, but it'll be back next week. So if you haven't heard, Jake Allen is now a New Jersey Devil. So Monty definitely gets to start tonight, and we'll see Monty more often, and even Caden Primo a little more often. The thing about this is, and if you're wondering what kind of a person Jake Allen is, this ought to tell you something. New Jersey was on his no trade list, so Allen waived that so they can make the deal. That says a lot about the guy, because I mean he didn't really want to go there, but the team needed it, and he did it. So as a really stand-up guy, Jake Allen. So all the best. I don't think he's watching this, but all the best, Jake, in New Jersey. All right, let's get to this game. The Leafs are 11-2-1 versus non-playoff teams, and 8-7-0 versus teams in playoff spots currently. I guess that's at a certain point in the season they start tracking that. Giving up 4+ goals 8 times versus those playoff teams with just one win. So that doesn't bode well for them come playoff time, and I thought just interesting stat. The problem is we're a non-playoff team. They're 11-2-1. I think we give them their third loss or overtime loss. Habs have a slightly better PK since January 1st than the Leafs. Habs since January 1st, 78% on the PK, and they're 77.1%, so not much difference. I'm looking to Nick Suzuki and line one to have a good performance tonight. And Josh Anderson as well. Josh Anderson always seems to step up against the Leafs. So, I have a feeling line one's going to have a good night. Habs have a 5-game home winning streak versus Toronto. So, I think it goes back to, it said, I think, May 29th, 2021. That doesn't seem right, though, that they've only played 5 games at home in 3 years. That seemed right. Anyway, apparently that's it. But we've got a 5-game home winning streak. Going to make it 6. Leafs are 4-4-5 versus original 6 teams this season, with 2 4-1 losses against Boston in their last 3 games. So I think sandwiched in there was a 2-1 win against Buffalo, but then they lost twice to Boston. So they don't do exceptionally well against original 6 teams this year. Montreal's an original 6 team. Newly acquired Joel Edmondson will be in uniform for the Leafs tonight. I don't like this, that they acquired Edmondson. He's the kind of defenseman that they kind of need, that kind of guy. If he's healthy, he could be a real help to them, and I don't like that. As I said, actually, we'll get to this first. Mike Pezzetta back in the lineup. Jesse Ullinen out. Ullinen hasn't really had a point, I think, in 19 games and hasn't scored a goal in 41. So Pezzetta's been out for 8 games. Time for him back in the lineup. For Toronto, Mitch Marner is out. He got hurt. I don't know if it was the last game, but he's out. He's day-to-day. He's not in the lineup today. And then the rematch tonight, the Sheriff versus the big blow from T.O. Arbor Jacki versus Ryan Reeves. We'll see. What's his name? George Larac on Tony Marinaro's Sick podcast says guarantees they're going to fight tonight. Guarantees they're going to fight, and Jacki's going to send Reeves straight to the minors. Anyway, I don't know if it's guaranteed that they'll fight. I think there's a really good chance, though, that they will. And like I said, the Sheriff versus the big blow from T.O. Because that's all he does is hot air out of his mouth blows out. That's Ryan Reeves I'm talking about. All right, that's all I got for you that way. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this. And let's take a look at the game. The 36-19-8 Toronto Maple Leafs against the 24-29-10 Montreal Canadiens. And yes, we're still going to beat them tonight. I really do hope, because I'm bragging about it. How to watch this game. Start time 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, CBC, Sportsnet in English, and TVA Sports in French. Stream it on CBC Gem, ESPN Plus, and Sportsnet Plus. And I will be, as long as the cloud cover isn't that bad, I'll be watching it on CBC. Season series, as I said, October 11th, opening night shootout loss for Montreal, 6-5 win for Toronto. We'll play them tonight, and then April 6th. So it's not it's like the third game in April. They got 9, so they'll have like 6 games left after that. So near the end, which is nice that they're not starting and finishing the season against Toronto. They seem to do that every year. It gets boring after a while. Last 10 games, Toronto 7-3-0. They lost, like I said, to Boston, sandwiched in between a win to Buffalo. Canadians 2-6-2. They lost to Carolina in their last game. To me, that looks like a Montreal team that's due to win, and a Toronto team that is due to lose, because that's always the case when they get to Montreal. Home and away records. Toronto's away, so 18-13 and just 18-13 on the road, and Montreal 12-19 at home. All these stats look like, well, Toronto should beat Montreal. That's what's going to make this a trap game for Toronto. So I think this is a trap game for Toronto. We'll see if it works out. Here, this is what I don't like. Referees, Kelly Sutherland. Don't like what he's... and Garrett Rank... not horrible, really, for Montreal, but Toronto seems to do well with these guys. We'll see what happens. Refs, doesn't matter what the refs, they're all bad anyway. And that's the truth. That's not even a joke. I'm not trying to make a joke. They're just bad. Atlantic Division, top to bottom. Florida still leading the way with 90. And you got Boston right behind them with 89, Toronto with 80, Detroit with 72, Tampa with 72, Buffalo with 63, Montreal 58, and Ottawa brings up the rear with 54. Bottom 10 in the league, top to bottom, New Jersey right on the edge of being, I don't know if that means they're in the playoffs. No, on the edge of not being in the bottom 10. Jake Allen maybe makes the playoffs. You don't know if New Jersey's going to make it. We'll see if that's a help over there. New Jersey, 66 points. Pittsburgh, 64. Buffalo, 63. Montreal, 58. Still 7th from the bottom. Arizona, 57. Ottawa, 54. Columbus, 54. The Ducks, 49. And the Sharks and the Blackhawks, 37. The Sharks got worse. Definitely got worse. Traded away more guys than, I don't know who's playing for the Sharks. I think, I don't know. There's a story out about the Sharks. Look for it. Sharks cover up sexual abuse. Look for it. I don't have the story. I read it. It's horrible. Check it out. Matt's going to want to talk about it at some point. Yeah, what's next? I just got off track. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage at possession numbers 44.6%, 28th for Montreal, 51.4% as 14th for the Leafs. Goals per game 2.76 for Montreal, 27th, 3.54 for Toronto, third. Goals against per game 3.49 for Montreal, 28th, 3.14 for Toronto, 20th. So you can see, I mean, it's one of the top teams, but I mean, defense wise, letting in goals, that's goaltending. I know on there is like not good. Power play percentage 18.6% for Montreal, 23rd. That dropped. 27.5% for the Leafs, second. So don't take penalties against the Leafs. PK percentage 74.9% for Montreal, 28th, and 77.5% overall for the season, 27th. But we saw since January 1st, Montreal's PK is a little bit better than Toronto's. And head-to-head, 0-0-1, Montreal's record, 1-0-0 for them. And we move on to face-offs, where they have 54.2% at the dot, second in the league. Montreal, 52%, eighth in the league. Shots on goal allowed, shots on goal for. On the allowed side, 29.7 for Toronto, 33.3 for Montreal. We got to come back on that tonight. And shots on goal for, 32.8 for them, and 28.3 for us. Just make them count, Montreal. Make them count. Players to watch over the last 5 games. Points. For Toronto, William Nylander with 5, Nick Suzuki with 6. Goals, Nylander with 3, Suzuki with 3. Assists, Morgan Riley with 3, Caulfield with 4. And plus minus, Simon Benoit plus 2, and David Savard plus 6. Team leaders, start with goals. Austin Matthews, 54. I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, I put a curse on him that he's not going to score very many goals to go the rest of the way. And if I'm correct, he's only scored a couple, 2 or 3. He's slowed down anyway, so maybe my curse is working. Nick Suzuki has 25. Points, Nylander, 84. Suzuki with 61. Average time on ice, Morgan Riley, 24.03 when he's not suspended. And Matheson, 25.28. And wins, Samsonov with 16 and Montembeault with 13. And I'm hoping he'll be in nets more often. Maybe he'll be able to add to that. I don't know how many wins Montreal's going to have the rest of the way. Top 5 scoring for Toronto. William Nylander leads the way. 34 goals, 50 assists, 84 points, minus 2. Austin Matthews, 54-26 for 80 points and a plus 21. Mitch Marner, not in the game tonight, 25 and 51 for 76 points and plus 20. Morgan Riley, I don't know if he's back from suspension. 7 goals, 39 assists, 46 points, minus 3. And Captain, what do we call Tavares? I forget the name for him. Captain Underpants is Matthews. Pajama Boy, 19 goals, 26 assists, 45 points, minus 5. Montreal's top 5, they're 6th there, but Monahan not here. Suzuki, 25 goals, 36 assists, 61 points, minus 18. Caulfield, 19 and 31, 50 points, minus 7. Matheson, 8 and 36, 44 points, minus 27. Slavkovsky, 13 and 18, 31 points, minus 20. And Jake Evans, 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points, and a minus 3. The goalies tonight are Samsonov and Montembeault. Samsonov is 16-5 and 6, 314 goals against, and an 885 save percentage. Monty is 13-11 and 5 with a 314 goals against and a 905 save percentage. Let's see. Toronto's lines. First line, Matthews, Bertuzzi, and Nylander. Second line, Tavares, Domi, and Yarncroc. Third line, Kampf, Nyes and McCann. Fourth line, Connor Dewar, who they just picked up, will make his debut for them, with Holmberg and Reeves on the wings. Brody and McCabe, first pair. Riley and Lyubushkin. Second pair, Edmondson and Liljegren. Third pair, and I almost want to puke to see Edmondson's name there, but what are you going to do? Samsonov will start. Wall will back him up. And Habs lines are this: Suzuki, Caulfield, Slavkovsky, first line. Newhook, Roy, Armia, second line. Evans, Anderson, Gallagher, third line. Harvey Pinard, Pezzetta, Pearson, fourth line. Matheson, Gooley, Jackeye, and Savard. I was going to put Harvey Pinard as a defense also. And Struble and Harris and Monty starting, Primo backing them up. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's it. That's the lines. So I'll be back at 7 on this channel to do the hangout, and then I'll be back for the post game about 10 minutes after the hangout on the other channel only, on Don't Puck with Media. Link is in the description. Don't forget, post game is going to be on the other channel. Can no longer do the double streams. They don't like it. So there you go. Hopefully you guys will like it to both. That's it. Leave comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about everything I said here. Give a guess for the guest to score. Give a thumbs up, and I'll see you at the game time. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe till I see you at the game time. Peace out, everybody. Have a good afternoon. Ciao, everybody.